This is the reading of Exodus 36. Let Bezalel, Oholiab, and every other skilled worker whom the Lord has given skill, ability, and knowledge for the work of building the sanctuary do all that the Lord has commanded. Moses then called together Bezalel, Oholiab, and every other skilled person whom the Lord had given skill, and who was eager to come and do the work. Moses gave them all the gift offerings that the Israelites had contributed to the work of the sanctuary. They kept bringing him spontaneous gifts morning after morning. Finally, all the skilled workers building the sanctuary left their work that they were doing one by one to come and say to Moses, "The people are contributing way too much material for doing the work that the Lord has commanded us to do." So Moses issued a command that was proclaimed throughout the camp. Every man and woman should stop making gift offerings for the sanctuary project. So the people stopped bringing anything more because what they had already brought was more than enough to do all the work. All the skilled workers made the dwelling out of 10 curtains of fine twisted linen and blue, purple, and deep red yarns with figures of winged heavenly creatures worked into their design. Each curtain was 42 feet long and 6 feet wide. All the curtains were the same size. They joined 5 of the curtains to each other and joined the other 5 curtains to each other. They made loops of blue thread on the edge of the outer curtain of the first set. They did the same with the edge of the outer curtain of the second set. They made 50 loops on the one curtain and 50 loops on the outer curtain that was in the second set. The loops were opposite each other. They also made 50 gold clasps, and they used the clasps to join the curtains to each other so that the dwelling was one whole structure. They also made curtains of goat's hair for a tent over the dwelling. They made 11 curtains. Each curtain was 45 feet long, and each curtain 6 feet wide. All 11 curtains were the same size. They joined 5 curtains together and the 6 other curtains together. They made 50 loops on the edge of the outer curtain of the one set and 50 loops on the edge of the other set of curtains. They made 50 copper clasps to join the tent together so that it would be the one whole structure. They also made a covering for the tent of ram skins dyed red and an outer covering of beaded leather. Then they made acacia wood boards to stand upright as a frame for the dwelling. Each board was 15 feet long and 27 inches wide. Each board had 2 pegs for joining them each together. They did this for all the dwelling boards. They made 20 boards for the dwelling's southern side. They made 40 silver bases under the 20 boards, with 2 bases under the first board for its 2 pegs, 2 bases under the next board for its 2 pegs, and so on. For the dwelling's other side, on the north, they made 20 boards and 40 silver bases, 2 bases under the first board, 2 bases under the next board, and so on. For the back of the building, on the west, they made 6 boards. They made 2 additional boards for the dwelling's rear corners. They were spread out at the bottom, but joined together at the top with 1 ring. In this way, these 2 boards formed the 2 corners, and so there were 8 boards with their 16 silver bases, with 2 bases under every board. They also made acacia wood bars, 5 for the boards on one side of the building and 5 bars for the boards on the other side of the building, and 5 bars for the boards on the back wall of the dwelling on the west. They made the middle bar, which was halfway up the boards, run from one end to the other. They covered the boards with gold. They made gold rings to house the bars and covered the bars with gold. They made the veil of blue, purple, and deep red yarns and fine twisted linen with figures of winged creatures worked into its design. They made for it 4 acacia wood posts covered in gold with gold hooks and cast 4 silver bases for them. They made a screen for the entrance to the tent of blue, purple, and deep green yarns and fine twisted linen decorated with needlework. They made its 5 posts with hooks. They covered their tops and bands with gold, but made their 5 bases out of copper.